Welcome back, listeners. My name is Larry Kallevig, founder and CEO of the Haven Financial Group. Thanks for tuning in with us today, where every week we talk about retirement, decisions, mistakes, all the things mistakes we want to help retirees avoid when they get to those golden years. And a lot of those can be avoided. The problem is it starts with a good education. Again, that's why we teach classes, Kim. We have for years. We'll continue. We just had a great classes this past week, and we had a Haven client appreciation event. We support the veteran shredding truck. We had about 700 clients through our parking lot. They shredded about 13,000 pounds of paper in about 5 hours. That's a lot of people, and that's a lot of paper. And then we took over the local restaurant next to us, and clients could enjoy each other. They could bring guests, and it was fun because our client events are meant to be fun and not stuffy.
Absolutely. 612-504-8400. That's how you reach the folks at Haven Financial Group. We're talking about preparing for retirement in this current climate. And we began by talking about stabilizing your wealth and protecting your wealth a good 5 years out or so, starting to make that plan so that you know that it's protected when you decide that it's time to step away from your profession and maybe begin the golden years of your life. We wanted to talk a little bit more about annuities. We were talking about fixed accumulative annuities in the first block, and about how those can help you to stabilize your income as a retiree. But we also said that there are different kinds of annuities, and not everybody needs an annuity. An annuity is not necessarily exactly right for everyone. Retirement beyond Social Security is what we want to talk about now. So there are annuities out there that emulate Social Security in some ways. Talk to us a little bit about that, Larry, and what might be benefits or may not be so great about these kinds of annuities.
Yeah, the last segment was more about accumulation annuities, kind of bond replacements in the portfolio, but for accumulation specific. And most of those don't have any fees at all. Just listeners should be aware that the fee is not necessary. That's the problem with one or two of the other types. This segment, again, trying to emulate Social Security, which I call and many others call mailbox money. We teach classes on Social Security. It's the number one income stream for retired Americans. We'll talk more about that. But then how do you create, like for my wife and I, we will never have a pension. So how do you generate an additional guaranteed income, especially if you don't have a pension, which annuities can be used for income? Again, making sure you're in the right type, guaranteed lifetime income that only annuities, because they're through an insurance company, all annuities, they can offer this guarantee and no other companies can offer that guarantee. So we may dislike insurance companies, but they're the only ones that can offer guarantees for income predictability, kind of a self-directed pension. It can help in the planning process where somebody can isolate X amount of dollars, and the company will guarantee X amount of dollars, and you can count on it. It's going to be there. And you have a choice then if you're married where you can do it joint income if you want to really plan for income. So if the death of the first spouse, the surviving spouse will get that income. So it really helps in the guarantee of the income stream. It still has growth potential, but I will tell you, when you use an annuity for income, those returns are not going to be nearly what the accumulation annuity. So you got to set the expectation. Mm-hmm. Some annuities for income, they have inflation protection, kind of a cost of living adjustment attached to them where it can be increasing income. And again, this extra income can really ensure, okay, I have consistent income. It covers my wants. It covers my needs. These are the activities that I want to golf. I want to do whatever. And it's why we sit down when we built out full plans. You want a full plan so you can assess what are my expenses going to be for the things that I need, and then my lifestyle for the things that I want. So again, annuities can be valuable in these areas. They also can be used for long-term care. Many people haven't planned for that. Some folks won't qualify for long-term care insurance. Oftentimes then, again, Glenn at the office, we help people get some sort of long-term care protection by using an annuity. So there's a variety of reasons, but please understand the options, get
Hmm.
educated. Don't get talked into something where I see weekly folks getting talked to, the fees are exorbitant, and they go, you know what? Now I know why I shouldn't have done this. Again, avoid those mistakes, and it starts with the education.
And when we talk about these sort of emulating Social Security, a couple reasons for that: the protection leading into retirement, riders, as you mentioned, for benefits that, um, life's occurrences. Which, by the way, Larry, on this kind of thing, do you have to specify what those life occurrences might be, or is there a wide range and you can just have that rider put on?
Most of these, if you go into a nursing home, confinement, terminal illness, or pass
Okay.
away, there's some verbiage in that. And
Hmm.
you also got to keep in mind that annuities, you give up liquidity. Okay. That's why most of these are not fully liquid. It is a contract. Many of them are 10% liquid per year. Again, a fully liquid for nursing home confinement, terminal illness, or pass away.
Hmm.
But then it goes 100% to the beneficiary. So you just, the truth is in the details. The
Right.
truth is getting into an understanding, and again, not getting sold a bill of goods, which a lot of people are. It isn't the same as Social Security. It can act like Social Security. It's not funded the same. Of course, you and I and everybody listening is paid into Social Security their whole life. This is just using your own retirement nest egg or a portion of, and putting it in something, a vehicle that can guarantee this type of an income stream.
Sure, absolutely. Some people hear annuity and they immediately get a bitter taste in their mouth. They think it's scams a lot of times, or it's somebody just selling you something that they're going to charge you more than the benefits you're going to receive. Maybe you could just clarify where you stand on all of that.
Well, advertisements on the back of the Star Tribune and other ads. I hate annuities. You should hate annuities. Everybody should hate
Hmm.
annuities. Well, two of the four, I don't like them either. Okay, I'll just be candid. I don't like them either. But your Social Security payment is an annuity payment. Your pension is an annuity payment. And I know everybody listening is going to cash those checks. They're not going to turn it down. But do you need extra income? Is it appropriate? What are you giving up? A word in the industry that I cringe is annuitization. Annuitization oftentimes can mean giving up control of the balance of your account in return for a paycheck.
Hmm.
And in many of those cases, if you pass away prematurely, the insurance company keeps the money. I don't know anybody that would want to give up control of their balance and not want their beneficiary. Now, that's just one type. Again, I don't see them as often as I used to, but do you really want to give up control completely of your whole balance? Please, I would just say you might want to think that one through, but most people want the beneficiaries on any types of investments. Something happens, they get the balance. And in some of these annuities, there are restrictions to the beneficiary. Some that are represented for death benefits, that they may have to take it out over 5 years rather than the balance being 100% available. So again, understanding beneficiaries, understanding what type, accumulation, long-term care, income. If this sounds confusing, it probably is. Okay. It's why I teach the class, The Truth About Annuities, and I'd love to see you there.
Absolutely. And that's coming up on May the 7th. Go to havenfinancialgroup.com to reserve your spot right now. And if you'd like to talk to the folks there at Haven Financial Group, these are the kinds of issues, Larry, that people need a partner. You really do. You need somebody who's in the know and can walk through that language with you and sort of explain what the repercussions of what they're stating means.
So if you're take away from this segment, Kim, if you're listening and you don't know if you have an annuity, or you think you have an annuity, but you don't know which of the four types it is, it'd be worthy of a conversation.
Mm,
At least you're going to have an understanding of what you got.
absolutely.
You may regret it. Maybe you don't regret it, but I can give you some, and we can give you some insight as to what it does, how it's going to work. Are there any better options? And I'll tell you, there's some really, really appealing fixed indexed annuities. Not appropriate for everybody, but we're seeing some really, really good returns.
612-504-8400. Tell them you heard us here on the radio. You'd like to come in. Maybe you want to talk about annuities, or you'd like to come in to start talking about protecting your wealth before retirement, or you're ready to put together a great portfolio for your retirement plan. Give them a call. It's 612-504-8400. Coming up next, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Social Security and what Social Security should mean to your retirement. You're listening to the Haven Financial Group Radio Show.